In the book of Luke, specifically in chapter 13, verse 1, we encounter a poignant narrative about a woman. This woman was bent over, unable to stand upright, until Jesus laid hands on her, enabling her to stand tall and glorify God. The original Greek term for infirmity here is asthenia, which signifies frailty, weakness, or a lack of strength. This woman's condition was not merely a physical ailment, but was attributed to an evil spiritual force that had bound her for nearly 2 decades. This story serves as a backdrop for a discussion on the potential spiritual roots of sickness, highlighting 7 signs that may indicate a spiritual attack behind physical ailments. The first sign to consider is the chronic nature of the illness, particularly when medical professionals are unable to pinpoint a clear cause. Typically, illnesses have a defined duration, but when a sickness persists for years without a diagnosis, it raises the possibility of a spiritual attack. The enemy often aims to keep individuals in a state of confusion and despair, knowing that uncertainty can lead to hopelessness. It is crucial to recognize that what manifests as physical sickness may have already been established in the spiritual realm. Many ailments linked to demonic forces often carry names that reflect the identity of the spirit responsible. For instance, a person afflicted by a deaf and dumb spirit may exhibit symptoms that align with that spirit's identity. This spiritual warfare can also lead to financial drain, as illustrated in the story of the woman with the issue of blood in Mark 5, who spent all her resources on physicians without finding relief. It was only through her faith and touch of Jesus' garment that she experienced healing. If you find yourself in a similar situation, where numerous doctors fail to provide answers, it may be time to seek spiritual discernment. The second sign to watch for is the strategic timing of the sickness. If you notice a pattern where you fall ill just before significant events or breakthroughs, this could indicate a spiritual attack designed to thwart your progress. Such occurrences can lead to wasted time and lost opportunities, as the enemy seeks to hinder God's plans for your life. The story of Job illustrates this point, as his afflictions were directly caused by Satan, preventing him from fulfilling his potential. If you frequently experience illness during pivotal moments, consider engaging in fasting and prayer to combat these spiritual assaults. The third sign involves persistent bad dreams, which can serve as a window into your spiritual life. If you frequently have dreams that coincide with your sickness, it may indicate that the enemy is attempting to plant ailments within you. For example, dreaming of being fed or consuming certain substances can manifest as physical sickness upon waking. In Matthew 13:24-25, Jesus speaks of the enemy sowing tares among the wheat while people sleep, highlighting the spiritual implications of our dreams. If you find yourself in this situation, fasting upon waking can be a powerful response, as it may help expel the negative influences affecting your health. The fourth sign is the presence of sicknesses that lead to isolation and embarrassment. The enemy may afflict individuals with conditions that induce shame, making them reluctant to engage with others. The story of the woman with the issue of blood exemplifies this, as her prolonged bleeding resulted in significant social stigma. Similarly, the demon-possessed man in Mark 5 lived in isolation among tombs, cut off from community and relationships. If your sickness causes you to withdraw from social interactions, it is essential to recognize this as a tactic of the enemy to instill defeatist thoughts. Jesus came to restore hope and relationships, so reach out to him for healing and reconciliation. The fifth sign is unexplained physical behavior, where sickness manifests not only in physical symptoms, but also in emotional disturbances such as anxiety, depression, and oppression. Many conditions that society has normalized may actually stem from spiritual origins. In Mark 9:17-22, we see a boy afflicted by a dumb spirit, which not only prevented him from speaking, but also posed a threat to his life. The enemy's intent is often to destroy, and recognizing the spiritual roots of such behaviors is crucial for healing. The sixth sign is the inability of medical treatments to provide lasting relief. If you find that your sickness returns shortly after treatment, it may indicate a deeper spiritual issue. In Mark 9:25, Jesus rebukes a foul spirit, understanding that the underlying cause of the boy's condition was spiritual. Similarly, in John 5:14, Jesus warns a healed man to avoid sin, suggesting that his sickness was tied to demonic influence. While seeking medical care is essential, it is equally important to acknowledge the limitations of natural remedies in addressing spiritual afflictions. Finally, the seventh sign is when your sickness responds to spiritual warfare and intercessory prayer. As believers, engaging in prayer and resisting the devil can lead to a noticeable change in symptoms, indicating the presence of demonic ties. Throughout the Gospels, we see that demons often reacted violently when confronted by Jesus, illustrating the power of spiritual authority. If you find that your symptoms intensify or diminish during prayer, it is a clear indication of the spiritual battle at play. Remember that you have authority over every evil work through Christ, and it is essential to take up the weapons of your warfare to fight against these spiritual attacks. In conclusion, recognizing the signs of spiritual attacks behind sickness is crucial for believers. As we navigate through life, it is essential to remain vigilant and discerning, understanding that not all ailments are purely physical. By seeking God's guidance through prayer and fasting, we can combat the enemy's schemes and experience healing and restoration. Let us pray for those afflicted in body, mind, or spirit, invoking the healing power of Jesus Christ to bring deliverance and wholeness. Remember, God is able to do far more than we can ask or imagine, and through Him we can find victory over every challenge we face. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of spiritual warfare and healing. If you found this content valuable, consider subscribing to our channel for more insights and encouragement. God bless you abundantly.